Hello, everybody, and welcome back. Welcome back to what? I'm not sure. I don't have a name for this one yet, but this is Canadian Highlander. So, if you don't know, this is a format. It's a 100-card singleton format, but it is not Commander. It's not Brawl. It's not any of those things. It's its own thing. It's called Canadian Highlander, and it's become really popular within certain crowds over the past few years. This is something that, unsurprisingly, they play up in Canada a lot, specifically on the West Coast. And it's played a lot among Wizards of the Coast and coverage people as well. So what the format is this. It's a 100-card deck. There are no color requirements. There's no commander. There's none of that. What there is a very simple ban list. It's not a commander ban list. It's a Canadian Highlander ban list where the only thing banned are anti-cards or dexterity cards, say like Chaos Orb or whatever, right? So that means you're free to play with anything. Now, if you're playing it online, it's super easy, right? But if you're playing in paper, it means that what is legal is all the normal cards, but also collector's editions. So if you want to play stuff like Ancestral Recall, you can, without having to spend however many dollars, right? You can just get the collector's edition version of it. Now, there is a catch. There are deck building rules and constraints to this format. What it means is there are what are known as points. You can have a set amount of points in your deck, up to 10. So that's a fancy way of saying you can't just build the best deck ever. You can't stuff your deck full of Moxes. We're not playing Vintage here, right? We're playing Canadian Highlander. So there's a point system involved, and it's kept on the Canadian Highlander website by the people who run it. It's very similar in that sense to sort of the, like EDH, right? Like Commander, there's a rules committee that decides these things. And in this case, instead of a ban list, they have a points list. So what is typically pointed is just very powerful cards, like, for instance, Ancestral Recall, but also fast mana, like Moxes and Sol Ring and mana whatever, right? All those different things. And the reason that is that they want you to have a good interactive experience. This isn't about ramping something down on turn 3 to just win the game over and over again. Tutors are the other thing that are taxed very heavily by points. Again, the idea is that the games want to be different. You want them to play out differently, not just tutor for the same cards to win the game every time. So what is typically given a high amount of points are the cards that are tutors or fast mana. So in my deck, for instance, Ancestral Recall is 7 points. Treasure Cruise is a point. Makes sense, right? It's Ancestral Recall number 2 sometimes. Dig Through Time, that's a point. Stoneforge Mystic, that's a point. And just like that, we're up to 10 points. That's the deck. So I can't play Sol Ring. I can't play Moxes. I can't play any of that because, you know what? I want to play with Ancestral Recall. That's how the format works. That's how it's balanced. And it is awesome at doing that and really making decks. Now, I've seen decks in this from mono red to artifact-based decks to crazy Randy Bueller control decks that never tap out to everything in between, right? What I have is when I built my deck, I decided I wanted to play some combos. I wanted to play Splinter Twin. So we have Splinter Twin, we have Deceiver Exarch, we have Pessermite, we've even got Village Bellringer in here. We've got it all, and of course we've got Kiki Jiki. So what I did is I took a Jeskai deck, and I filled it with all the control cards essentially you could want, right? We have Wrath of God, we have Supreme Verdict, we have Path to Exile, we have Condemn, we have all these different removal spells, as well as just, we get to play powerful cards like, Jace the Mind Sculptor, and Factor Fiction, and Stoneforge Mystic. But we stuffed as many combos as possible in here because you know what? It just sounded like fun. That means we have Painter Servant Grindstone. That will end the game. We have Sword of the Meek Thopter Foundry. That'll grind a game out. As mentioned, we have Splinter Twin combos. We also have just the beatdown plan, right? So we've got all these different things going for us, and it ties together really nicely. For instance, Trinket Mage, that can go fetch Grindstone. And in a pinch, it can go get Engineer Explosives or Hangerback Walker, right? We have all these draw spells to find it. We have all these other ways to win the game, but by the way, we also get to just combo people out. That's what I love about the deck. It can win out of nowhere, or it can just play a fair game of Magic, and it's got really good cards to do that. So I'm not going to go over every card here. Suffice to say, we have a mix of removal spells for aggro decks. We have counter Magic where you need it. We have tempo spells. We have board wipes. We have win conditions like Dragon Lord Ojutai with the new legendary card frame. We have Keranos, God of Storms, which should probably have the legendary card frame, but does not. We've got lots of things to win the game. And of course, Planeswalkers are very, very good in this format. So this is Canadian Highlander. And oh, by the way, I might have buried the lead here. I'm playing against Marshall Sutcliffe. You might know him from Limited Resources and Channel Fireball. Shout out to him. We've played a lot of this over the past few years together. And now we're recording videos with it. So everybody enjoy. This is Canadian Highlander. I'm Corbin Hostler. Let's have some fun and combo some people out. Hello everybody and welcome back. This is Canadian Highlander. I'm Corbin Hosler and we are squaring off against the one and only Marshall Sutcliffe of Limited Resources, of Channel Fireball, of Wizards of the Coast coverage, of MTG Breakdown on YouTube, basically everywhere. Marshall is a friend of mine and pretty good at Magic, and that is why we're going to have quite a bit of fun here playing Canadian Highlander. So if you don't know, Canadian Highlander is a 100-card singleton format. There is no banned list, realistically. There's like anti-cards banned, right? But there's not a ban list. There are, however, points. Each deck can only have 10 points in it, and cards are pointed based on their power level and their how hard they tutor and just how strong they are, etc. So our deck plays Ancestral Recall, which is a whole bunch of points, right? That is a thing. That said, we have a lot of powerful cards that are not pointed because that's how the format works, right? You get to play all kinds of good stuff. Dual Lands, no points there. Jace the Mind Sculptor, 0 points. Play the greatest of all time. Play it all. And that's a really fun format. You get a lot of really interesting games. I've played a lot of it over the past few years. Sadly, I had my deck stolen about a year and a half ago. So I haven't played in paper in a little bit, but I've played a little bit online since then. Just playing here against Marshall, it's been a lot of fun. Now, do we want to go for the mill with the grindstone? The value mill on ourselves, perhaps? Our hand was pretty iffy. We just need one more colored source that isn't this plains. I don't think it's worth grindstone. We're both playing Snapcasters, but I also have things I like to fetch out of my deck, so. Alright, there's a Ponder. Let's go ahead and start with that. I think I will be shuffling those. Drawing a new one. Alright, that's not bad. Hangerback is actually a very annoying threat in this format because, remember, you're playing just normal Magic. Once you sit down to play, yeah, the deck constraints come in deck building with the point system, but once you sit down, you're just playing Magic. Each player has 20 life, so on. And that makes Hangerback actually a pretty strong card, especially against a blue-red deck. Ah, Vendilion Clique, huh? Okay. You can look at our hand, I suppose. I'm not sure if you're Marshall, if you actually want to cycle anything away from us here, given that we just need another color of mana. Hangerback good. Not necessarily good against Vendilion Clique here, but the thing is, Marshall could leave our hand as is and try to kill us before we draw a land. If he doesn't, and we just punish him by drawing a red source, we get to electrolyze the Vendilion Clique for pretty good value. So this is not an easy position if you're on that side of the table trying to figure out what to do with this Vendilion Clique trigger. Also, by the way, we could just draw Painter Servant and win the game, because that's what Grindstone does. With Grindstone mills 2 cards. If they share a color, you repeat the process. Painter Servant turns all cards in and outside the game to a single color. So that's just, at that point, 3 mana mill them out. And Painter Servant costs 2 mana, Grindstone costs 1, it costs 3 mana to activate. Can be a turn 3 win. Trinket Mage here will at least allow us to go grab a Seat of the Synod to have a second blue land. Which opens up most of our hands. So, like I said, it wasn't an easy choice for Marshall. He did choose to take the Electrolyze, but now, might get punished with us being able to Trinket Mage here. We might just counter the Trinket Mage. It may not matter. We may get Blood Mooned out of the game right now, too, for what it's worth. Chain Lightning. Interesting. Okay. Wow. Like I said, Hangerback can be annoying, and Marshall's cared about it enough to throw a Chain Lightning at it, which means now we actually have a blocker for this. Alright, this gives us all of our colors even here. So I think I'm going to do nothing and just pass the turn. Next turn I can go Trinket Mage, get the Seat of the Synod, and still have double blue up. Whereas if I were to play it now, I would not have double blue. I just have single blue. And maybe I'm just supposed to jam Jace there, but I like the idea of forcing Marshall to do something and then just counterspelling it or whatever. Let's see what this 2 mana unearns it. Tap target permanent, draw a card on our Tectonic Edge. Interesting choice. Do I want to deny him the draw? You know what? This is what I'm going to do. You don't want us to have mana? I don't want you to have mana. I'm going to bounce this Wandering Fumarole. This should set him back. I mean, again, we could get punished with Untapped Land Blood Moon, but that's it. And he doesn't have it anyway, so there you go. Now he doesn't even have an attack. Now we need to go to our turn. Ooh, Council's Judgment's a nice one. I think this is where we want to go for the Trinket Mage. Is he going to counterspell this? Remand's actually a very nice one there. That's not good if we end up getting punished for that by a Blood Moon landing. It could be a real thing that happens. Forked Bolt, huh? Okay. Sure. Forked Bolt's pretty good, actually. Alright, he's got 3 mana. Let's see what it is. Please no Blood Moon. Portent. Look at the top 3 cards, then put it back in any order. You may shuffle, draw a card at the next turn's upkeep. So it's like a bad Ponder. Bad Ponder, but still kind of a Ponder. Fair enough, I suppose. Now I'm going to take a little bit more damage off this Vendilion Clique, I think. We'll see. Cryptic's, again, pretty nice, but we have to be able to actually play it. See if we resolve a Trinket Mage here. Oh, gosh, come on. Wow. Mana Drain's a big game, too. Well, this is just a pretty good hand for Marshall here. The flyer backed up by infinite counterspells and removal when all I want to do is hit land drops. Pretty good. And now he has access to all the mana in the world. So this is... It went from pretty reasonable for us to very bad very quickly. Yeah, and it's going to use it with a Jace. Mana Drain's a pretty good use of points. I think it's 2 or 3 points. Well, we can go for a Council's Judgment on Jace here. The problem is after this Brainstorm, we might have yet another counterspell to punish us. Although for what it's worth, well, no, we still need a colored source of some kind. He's had a lot of good cards in this. Just desperately need to draw a colored source. This entire game has been kind of absurd, actually, not being able to get one. Drawing one colored source just completely changes the way this plays out. There we go. We did it. All right. What to do now? I believe what we're going to do is attempt to rid ourselves of this Jace the Mind Sculptor. Alright, he's got 2 mana in response here for the negate. Alright, we're going to try to counterspell the negate. So as long as there's not Force of Will, we're going to be okay here. It looks like we're alright. Alright, we got rid of Jace. Alright, climbing back in this a little out of time here. We're still going to be beat down by the Vendilion Clique, unfortunately. We could also just draw Grindstone and try to win, though. And we've just been on the back foot because of the colors in this game. It's just been very unfortunate for us. It's a Wasteland. I think we have to go for the Jace here. Jace Plus is pretty good against Pyromancer tokens. If one of his last 3 cards is a counterspell, that would be quite bad for us. My gosh, his hand has just been insane. And if he's able to transform the thing in the ice next time, we're going to be in trouble. I might end up milling myself on the incept here just because we need to find a Wrath at this point. His hand's been nuts good. Just playing Protect the Click here and doing it very well. I mean, landing that turn of Jace was obviously a big deal. Alright, let's see if we can get lucky with a Supreme Verdict or something off the top. We have Cryptic Command to attempt to buy ourselves a turn as well. Although the odds of necessarily resolving that pretty low, I imagine. Supreme Verdict, though, or Wrath of God, if Wrath of God were to then resolve, would just be very, very good. I mean, do I want to do this or do I want to try to replay Jace? Replaying Jace, I think, still kills me because at that point, the Fumarole, the Pyromancer, and the Click still kill us, even if we negate all the tokens. So, yeah, I think we just need to Groinstone ourselves here. Whew, okay, apparently we just hit a whole bunch of duplicates in a row. For what it's worth. Oh, gosh, including a Wrath of God. Temple of Epiphany, huh? Okay, let's see what we scry. Muddle of the Mixture. Then get a 2-drop? That's a Painter Servant. Okay, well, if we don't die, we actually have a way to win, and that is the point of our deck, after all. Marshall and I talked about this, and he said, well, you know what? I play conservatively against you because your deck can win out of nowhere. And that's exactly what we're looking at right here. Okay. Just flashing this in doesn't matter. All that's going to matter is this Cryptic Command. And I think there's no reason, you know, we could do it in the upkeep. It keeps us from drawing a card, but then, you know, removal plus Fumarole or whatever would get us. We just really have to hope this works. All right, fingers crossed. If Marshall's just out of counterspells, we've got it. But, oh my gosh. Cannot catch a break. Well, we had them win the next turn. Oh, man, that was just so close. All right, on to game 2. Oh, it was unlucky. His deck plays you protect the board very, very well. Alright, we would like to play first this time around. Hopefully get our mana. Oh my gosh. I mean, I'm keeping this hand. You don't mulligan turn 2 Stoneforge Mystics. But we will need some blue mana here. That said, our hand is obviously just great if the Stoneforge resolves. Batterskull is pretty good against Marshall's deck. There's the Painter Servant trolling us after last game. Alright. Get the Stone... Ooh, Stoneforge Mystic insta-resolved there. I like it. I would get Grindstone if I can, but I cannot, so I'm going to get the Batterskull. Maybe Sword of Fire and Ice would be better, but we actually don't have that many creatures in our hand to equip it to, so... Oh, okay. We're going to get this Batterskull down. Drew Reflecting Pool at the top. Can't make white mana, or blue mana for what it's worth, and we are going to lose the game if we don't ever get to make blue mana. That said, we do have a Batterskull to hide behind while we try to get there. And just any color, any land off the top here will allow us to play a Johnny Vengeance, which is pretty good in its own right. Alright, here we go. Land, please. Marshall had to discard to hand size with no blue mana of his own, so... Okay, yeah. I guess we're just getting in there. Getting in there with the team. I mean, it is 5. It does kill in a very short amount of time. I guess I play the Painter's Servant. Sure. I guess I'll name green. I don't really know. I don't play Pyroblast or anything to make it matter, so we'll go ahead and name green. There you go. We have a green-black Germ. We have a green Batterskull. Our Marshall found his mana, unfortunately for us. All kinds of gold cards in our hand now. Gold Brainstorm. There you go. Not a Magic Online bug. I did this, though, because if he has a removal spell or a bolt or whatever that can remove Stoneforge Mystic, it still preserves the 5 a turn. Now that he's gone down to 13, it obviously matters less, but... Thing in the Ice, huh? Yeah, there's an Anticipate we cannot cast. But we get to come in with the team. He blocks and actually gets kind of blown out by our Lightning Helix here. Alright, let's take the Thing in the Ice down. You know, I could just wait and send it at his face because that's lethal next turn. Maybe that would have been better. But Thing in the Ice is a problem, and I don't want him to turbo flip it or whatever. I'd like to draw blue mana. This isn't fair. Marshall found his mana. Come on, game. Help me out, Magic Online. I'm fine. I mean, maybe I should have done that differently, but imagine if it just gets countered. If Marshall were to, say, remove Batterskull and then counter Lightning Helix that we save for the face or whatever, and we just get completely blown out. That said, here we go with blue mana, so we're in business again. Although I suppose he could Wasteland us to take us off of blue mana. Vendilion Clique, huh? I think I'm just going to remand that. Draw a Treasure Cruise, not bad. Alright, get in there for 6, put him to 1. Pretty good. Well, what do you know? We both won. We both won games where we had really strong plays on turn 2 or 3. There you go. All right. All right, game 3. All the marbles here. Stoneforge Mystic. That's why Stoneforge Mystic is worth a point. It's a very, very good card, as you can see. Now, this is definitely a keep. Got the Verdict if he tries to go wide again. We've got a Pestermite for combos. We've got Dack Fayden for Planeswalker pressure. We've got the Aven Mind Sensor to blow him out if he goes for a search. This is very, very good for us here. Of course, as always, against this blue-red deck of his, we're trying to dodge the Blood Moon effects. Let's see what we draw here. Perfect, as a matter of fact. Not sure exactly. I'll probably Brainstorm on the inset just to maximize our odds of having a 2-drop. I'm definitely, I'll say this up front, I'm not a Brainstorm mastermind like some people in the world. But I do know that maximizing the odds of finding a 2-drop like Stoneforge Mystic here is what I want to do. Alright, not quite. That said, all these cards are fine. Alright, may as well play the land that has to come into play tapped here. Have plenty of colors of mana in this game. This game, unless things go sideways with a Blood Moon right here, we're in business. And main phase Brainstorm for Marshall means he's probably digging for lands. If we can just slam Dack Fayden, we are going to be set. He did find an island. Oh, but he's using it to tutor. Oh, that's pretty good, actually. A sorcery card, huh? I guess I don't know what that would be. It gets revealed, so we're going to find out. Time Warp, maybe? That would be pretty good. Ancestral is an instant, so it's not that. I don't know where his points are at in this deck of his, so we'll see. Also, unfortunately, we didn't have one more mana for the Mind Sensor here. And we could just try to get his Bloodsail Mire for what it's worth. We could just play land on our turn and try to Mind Sensor if he cracks on our instep. But there's no guarantee he would do that. There's no guarantee he'd even do it on his turn. I think we just want to slam Deck Fade and take it up to 4 and try to get there that way. We have plenty of lands to pitch, in theory, to the Deck Fade in here. We have a combo Peach and Pestermite. We have a Hate Piece and Mind Sensor. We have a Board Wipe and Supreme Verdict. You know, we might fall behind just on power level sort of things, right? If our Deck Fade gets countered by something and then Marshall lands, you know, 4-mana Planeswalker, that's not good for us. Oh, it's Treasure Cruise. Wow, he's in this one for the long haul here. Yeah, let's just go for the Deck Fade. Force him to answer it here. Planeswalkers are extremely good in this format. Those are good ones too. This is actually a really hard choice because these cards are all so good. We have a bunch of halves of a bunch. We have halves of a bunch of different combos here. I think I can pitch a land and maybe the Verdict. It doesn't look like we're going to be playing this game to Verdict. It's like we're trying to complete combos this game. And we can always Snapcaster it or something. We could even pitch the Cryptic. I don't know. I think Verdict and land is probably correct. By landing the Planeswalker here, we are on we are the aggressor in that sense, you know. And the old who's the beatdown? We have become the beatdown by playing a Planeswalker. Now Marshall has to play reactively and try to get this off the board. There's the fetch. And maybe he can do that, maybe he can't. And you know, maybe throwing away Supreme Verdict there is wrong. But given that we have the ability to just dig for cards repeatedly here, okay. Whew. Now we're talking. Looks like we don't need the Wasteland. And we probably don't need the Preordain. I think I like doing this, shocking it in. We have Mind Sensor if there's a search involved. If this is a Gifts Ungiven, that'd be Electrolyze, huh? Sure. I almost consider just firing off the Ancestral there. I mean, it puts us up to 8, though, and then we have to discard. We have Cryptic Command up here as well, depending on what happens. A lot of options available to us. I don't know how many artifacts Marshall's deck plays, but Deck Fade also locks him out of playing any of those, for what it's worth. Okay, let's go for the Pestermite here. Yep, misdirection, sure. Wanted to get the counterspell out of his hand and then attempt to fire off the Ancestral. Because he knows we have Splinter Twin and knows our deck can combo, he's going to have yet another counter. He's got the negate. Fair enough. Anticipate and Ponder, huh? Well, we don't need the Condemn. Probably don't need the Anticipate either for what it's... Well, his Anticipate's better than Ponder. It allows us to play at instant speed at least. Yeah, I mean, Marshall had double counterspell there, and that's what he needed. I fire off the Pestermite. He has to respect it because we can win at instant speed. But now we hopefully get a Cryptic Command something. If nothing else, we get to go for and anticipate the end of the turn. All right, if he has yet another counterspell to protect this cruise, that's bad for us. Wow. Okay. He's had a very, very good hand over there. All that said, we're still doing fine here. Dig Through Time is very, very good. All right, let's go with the Thopter Foundry here. This is itself a threat because now Finding Sword of the Meek is alive. You know, we have a lot of different pieces going on here. We still have the, we can go for the in-step Mind Sensor if we want. And Marshall did just get to draw a bunch of cards, and that's bad for us. Yeah, firing up the Fumarole. I thought this might be the case. I am absolutely fine with him using Fumarole to try to control Dack Fayden here. This taxes his mana very hard. And Dack Fayden's done a lot of work for us already. I think I go for the dig here. It's just the most high impact of our spells. All right, we need to exile a bunch of stuff here. 4 more, huh? We can just get rid of our lands. They're not going to matter. After that, I suppose Pestermine. We don't have ways to get our creatures back. Probably the Brainstorm. All right, let's see if this resolves. He's got to run out of counterspells at some point, right? Gosh, maybe not. You'd think at some point he's going to run out of counterspells. Mana Drain, we lose. Looks like he's delving over there. Logic Knot for 2. Convenient, okay. Just never runs out of counterspells, I guess. Well, we can just Factor Fiction in our main step here. These are good cards. I like these. I can get behind this. Trinket Mage can go get us... I can't get the... I can get Grindstone for what it's worth. We don't have Painter Servant. Looks like we're going to get one more activation out of Dack here. We've cast so many spells that if Marshall had been caught without a counterspell just one time, we would have been just in absolute business. That said, we did just completely reload our hand. Alright, looks like we're getting rid of things for good here in all likelihood. Anticipate can probably go. Probably Condescend as well. I want to be able to Remand on this turn. Because Marshall needs to fire up the Fumarole to send it at Dack Fayden, which means we should be able to get whatever he does post-combat with Remand. And if he does nothing, then we get a untap and Trinket Mage. Now, this was a good Dack Fayden for sure. It got us a lot of value. The fact that Marshall was able to resolve a Ancestral in the form of Treasure Cruise, and we were not able to resolve our actual Ancestral, was pretty bad for us overall. Definitely fetching a Plains here. We have to keep in mind the Blood Moons at all times, I would say. All right, let's go ahead and start it off with a Trinket Mage, I suppose. Oops, probably need to add blue mana for that. What do we want here? There's a lot of actually good cards here. We can go for a combo piece. We could also just go for a Hanger Backwalker, which I kind of like, to be honest. Just the value. We don't know what combo piece we need or whatever, so why not just go for this? And we still have Remand up. Remand may or may not end up being great, but we still have it up. Now, this is why Trinket Mage is just so good in this format, because in a 100-card singleton deck where you're not just always getting your Soul Ring because you're playing Commander, you can get a lot of value out of it. And, you know, look at this game. We're playing high power cards. You know, Marshall's got all these Blood Moon effects and Magus of the Moons, all these crazy things, and we have a million combos. But this game might just come down to us getting a Hangerback Walker really big. Madcap, huh? I guess that's pretty good. We'll go ahead and remand it. Just attacks his mana. Looks like I want the Volcanic here. Oh, that's not really an option, is it? We need blue, but we also need red. I guess we have plenty of blue. We need red, so I'm just going to grab the Plateau. And go for the remand. Digs us deeper into our own deck as well. We also have combo ways to win that don't care about his life total not changing, so. So you can fire off a counter spell here? He's going to condescend it. I think I'm fine with this. In fact, I'm great with this because now he condescends and he doesn't get any value out of the Scry because, you know, we can beat the Platinum Empyrean. We have this Hangerback Walker and so on. He gets no value out of the Scry Swipe because he reveals a bunch. And he's down to one card in hand. And that's a pretty good one. All right, let's go ahead and start things off with the Serum Visions here. Sword of Fire and Ice, huh? I guess that's pretty good. Take it, play our Loot House, and just pass the turn. Now if he goes for a fetch, we can actually try to get him with the Mind Sensor as well. Yeah, it's only got 2 cards in his hand, and now just 1. He gets a Scry with this. Puts a card on the bottom. Good. Good for us. Okay. I think I just Venser this. I mean, I can just chump block it too. I'm just going to chump block it this turn. I don't want to tip our hand too early here. All right, I'll go ahead and do it now. Now, it seems like his last card is probably not great. That or it's yet another counter spell or whatever. Yeah, we can block this Platinum Empyrean just for days. And when we bounce it here, in the inset, Marshall can't replay it until his next turn. And we have Loot House when we have bad draws here, but I'm going to attempt to just get somewhere with this Sword of Fire and Ice. This has protection from his entire... It gives a creature protection from his entire deck. And given that he had 1 card we don't know about, and 1 Platinum Empyrean, oh my gosh, the card we don't know about is a Disallow. Oh my gosh, the value never ends over there. Alright, well, we can't even attack with our Venser, can we, because of the stupid Fumarole. Alright, well, we know he's about to slam Platinum Empyrean back down. It's the old tap out for 8, huh? Alright, let's go ahead and... Loot House here. Draw a card, discard a card. Oh my gosh, I tapped wrong, didn't I? Alright. I need red and blue. Blue. Red. Colorless. Lighthouse. And this is why you play Desolate Loot House, because you get to a situation like this and it's just very good. And we're just digging for those combo pieces. Muddle the Mixture would go get a Sword of the Meek for what it's worth. Village Bellringer, also a combo piece. Also the sweet value with the Hangerback Walker here too, am I right? I have to imagine he's going to fetch pretty soon, and then we can slam this Mind Sensor and try to get lucky. Yeah, or not. Oh, he's got his own Loot House. We're in the Loot House mirror now. Okay, fair enough. Oh, Bedlam Reveler is sick. I should probably have that in my deck, as a matter of fact. I may as well do this now while we can, then. Yeah, here I was thinking we were going to have the better top decks. I don't know if that's true anymore. Well, we can activate Hangerback again. Give 5 flying tokens. 6, actually, because we can throw it away to our Thopter Foundry. And we're live at this point to drawing, and this is the point of our deck, is just to get pieces onto the field. We're live to drawing Sword of the Meek to get there, Fabricate, Muddle the Mixture. We have Village Bellringer, so Kiki or Splinter Twin does it as well. And Marshall didn't attack either. Wants to loot in his main phase. I think I might value looting as well here in the end step. Bedlam Reveler was so good for him. Alright, still use a man at Flame Slash, huh? Flame Slash the Village Bellringer. Sure. Guess we won't be getting that combo anytime soon. Alright, do I loot here? I think I just go for the Hangerback now. As well as the Mind Sensor at this point. It's not that I was holding it to try to get value off of his Delta or whatever. It just wasn't, it just, you know, didn't conveniently come up with the mana, but here it works out pretty well. Oh my gosh. Wow, we were going to top deck our way into the win, huh? Alright, let's attack with our flyer. The beauty of Splinter Twin, it is a heck of a magic card, even when you're not infinitely comboing with it. Even when all you want to do is just put it on a Vincer for value. No! Do the counterspells ever stop? Memory lapse, okay. Well, that's fine. I'll just draw it next turn. Yeah, alright, Marshall's down to 1 card in hand now. Oh, he can't crack his land because of the Platinum Empyrean. His life total can't change, so you can't pay a life. That's how that works. Interesting. Also interesting he's not attacking. I mean, I get that it wouldn't do much, but... Alright, well, I see no reason not to just try this again. He was digging as hard as he could for answers to it, so let's hope he didn't find them. Oh, that's real bad for him. Okay. I suppose I did this slightly wrong. I should have done this pre-combat and I could have attacked with a token. This is great. We get to keep the real one, but still get the ability from the token. So I guess we weren't. It's a legendary creature. It happened to be on in this case, so it didn't matter, but... Yeah, this is a sick engine. Marshall needs to find an answer to this immediately. It's a bounce a permanent every turn otherwise. Not that I want to bounce Bedlam Reveler for what it's worth, but if he's just replaying Empyrean, that's not exactly where he wants to be. I think he should probably fire off the Desolate Loot House first. Take this opportunity to fetch. Good decision, good decision. Unfortunately, you can only look at the top 4 cards because of the Aven Mind Sensor. And he didn't get there. That's Aven Mind Sensor got its value. We did it. Alright, now if this is just firing off the Platinum Empyrean again, that's pretty fine for us. Yep, I should have attacked with the Hangerback last turn as well. It's definitely time to get frisky with Hangerback here. Get Probe, okay. Oh no, Search for Azcanta is very good. That's got to be in my deck. Oh, I haven't updated my deck with Ixalan. No, that's got to be insane. Do we have lethal though? I have 9 in the air. Problem is we lose the board wipes if we do that. I mean, it's probably worth it though. Impulse is also a very, very nice draw here. Let's see what we can find. Resto Angel, huh? But also Engineered Explosives for 2, which would blow up our Thopter Foundry and his Search for Azcanta. I think that's worth it. Okay, well, we'll get in there for 10 here. This puts Marshall down to 5. Now I can play the Engineered Explosives for 2. I can sack the Lighthouse to itself. Get another token. And blow up the explosives, get rid of Search for Azcanta. Okay, I think it's down to a top deck here. Marshall needs to top deck Bonfire of the Damned, or, you know, a board wipe of some sort, or Loot House into it. So, let's see here. Yep, Loot House. So, fingers crossed that we might get there here. This has been quite the match, that's for sure. All right, he's thinking about it. This is the game in which we have Splinter Twin on Vince or Shaper Savant. After Marshall very smartly did, obviously we didn't know we were going to draw it, smartly killed our Village Bellringer, which would have just gone infinite with Splinter Twin and won on the spot. Latnam's Legacy, huh? What does that do? All right. Shuffle a card from your hand to your library if you do draw 2 cards at the next upkeep. Okay, so he gets to draw 2 cards now, go to 2 in hand, and try not to die. That seems unlikely, I would say. All right, bringing in the team. Did we do it? I think we did it. Oh, we did it! Oh, that was pretty fun. Man, that was quite the match. Wow. This was a game in which our Ancestral Recall got countered. His Treasure Cruise resolved. What else happened in this game? We had so many combo pieces. Our Dig Through Time got resolved. We had Dak Faden for like 8 turns and then lost it. We had a Wandering Fumarole take out Dak Faden. That is what happens in Canadian Highlander. Like I said, when we played that Trinket Mage, sometimes you go for the combos. That's why I play this deck. You went out of nowhere. But you know what? Sometimes you just make a Hangerback for 7 turns and then you kill him with Thopters. What a match. I'm Corbin Hassler. It's Canadian Highlander. Thank you for watching, everybody. Big thanks to Marshall for playing against me in these games. It's been a lot of fun. Hello, everybody. Welcome back. I'm Corbin Hassler, and this is Canadian Highlander. This is Canadian Highlander against none other than Marshall Sutcliffe. That's right, Marshall LR himself of Limited Resources, Channel Fireball, and Wizards of the Coast coverage, basically everywhere. We are playing Canadian Highlander. Now, if you need a full explanation of it, I suggest going and checking out the deck tech. But I'm going to keep this hand. This hand is questionable, but we're going to keep it. It's got lands and spells. Essentially, we're playing a 100-card singleton with no ban list. It's not Commander. There is no Commander. You can play whatever you want. Instead, the way they gate cards in this format is to have what is known as a points list. And the really powerful cards, or cards that tutor or give fast mana, have points. And you only have up to 10 points in your deck. Now, that means that if you want to play some really absurdly powerful cards, yeah, you can do that, but it's going to cost you. That's what's really cool about this format. So, that's what we're going to do here. Our deck is a Jeskai. I love our deck, by the way. This is a Jeskai control combo deck. We have a lot of control cards, as you can see, but we also just play a ton of combos in the deck. We're talking Splinter Twin, Kiki, Painter Servant Grindstone, Thopter Foundry Sword of the Mink. We've got it all here. That said, I don't know what Marshall's up to over there. Nice Guru Islands. I can respect this. But it looks like we're just going to play draw go here for a minute. Now, I am going to, of course, brainstorm. Sure, fair enough. I am going to try to slam this Ajani next turn because landing a Planeswalker in Canadian Highlander is enormously powerful. What I love about this is once you've started playing the game, right, all the constraints come in the deck build. Whether it's your points, the only banned cards are dexterity cards, you know, like Chaos Orb or whatever, as well as anti-cards, right? The stuff you'd expect. But once you start playing the game, once you sit down to play, you're playing Magic. It's one-on-one, 20 life points each. That's it. You're playing normal Magic. Yes, you have to construct your deck beforehand, and there are restrictions on that. But now that we're at this point and we're just sitting down playing, oh no. Oh, that's very bad for us. Oh, man. Oh, gosh. Oh, well, Blood Moon's a card. Oh, man. I don't know how many ways I'm going to have to deal with that. I would have fetched a basic if I'd known. We are playing normal Magic, or in my case, not playing Magic, as Blood Moon tends to do. Yeah, we got this Lightning Bolt, though. Okay, yeah. We'll bolt this thing down. I don't know if we're going to get to play this game. We need blue mana. We don't have a lot of ways to get it. If Marshall's doing nothing, we might be okay here, but... Oh my gosh, I just don't even know. Let's go look at the deck list. Let's find out if we even have a way to deal with this here. Do we have basics in this deck? We have one island. We have one plains. Okay, I guess we're drawing live. We have equipment and stuff we can play as well. So, Nimble Obstructionist. So that's a clock. Yeah, we that's not good. Not great here. Well, the beatdown begins. I guess we are on a 6-turn-ish clock here to find a way to deal with this Blood Moon. Yeah, that's a card to play in Canadian Highlander right there. Is Blood Moon people on out. Resto Angel, huh? That'd be cool if we could play it. We cannot. Much like all of our hand was so good otherwise too. We had so much gas. The unfortunate part is our deck plays a ton of counterspells too, so it was actually rather unfortunate to get locked into this Blood Moon on turn 3 here. Oh gosh, Fact or Fiction, huh? Well, you can have your lands. Don't give you the remand, I guess? Now that's a good idea. This Blue Moon deck Marshall's running over here. Islands, Mountains, and Blood Moon. That is a strategy. Going to be pretty good against us too. We are fingers crossed that we can draw something here. Something about 1,000,000 mountains though doesn't look so good. Yeah, I sure wish I could cast that. We burned our lightning bolt too. I mean, obviously we needed to, but oh no. Okay, bring it on in. Down to 7. Now, Marshall has the advantage here. He knows what my deck is. I haven't played against this. He's on some brews over here. Wow, he discarded a Chain Lightning, huh? That makes sense. We could pay a bunch of red and redirect to this Nimble Obstructionist. True Name is good. True Name is points. There's another mountain for us. That'll pretty much do it. I guess we're off to the next game here. Alright, well, that's the way it goes sometimes, I suppose. Good news is no sideboards. We don't have to worry about that. We do just have to not get Blood Moon out of this. Now, it's a 1 out of 100 chance that they draw it, so let's hope that Blood Moon does not make a repeat appearance here. I would like to play first. Would not like to keep this hand, though. Oh, man. I don't think I mean, this hand's marginally better. I'm on the play. I just feel like I mean, this hand is so good, but this doesn't do much. This can fetch a land for what it's worth. I'm going to mulligan, though. We just need lands here. Alright, this is better. Yeah, Wasteland even. Okay. Alright, well, this might work. We know to fetch the basic island this time, by the way. Cavern of Souls can name, I guess we can either name Cleric or Shaman if we want to. Yeah, I guess Wasteland isn't actually very good for us in that, you know, his deck's obviously playing a bunch of basics because of Blood Moon. But it does, I mean, at the end of the day, it still makes mana. Alright, let's go human here. Alright, getting the basic island this time around. Alright, let's get the Pyromancer out here. Young Pyromancer is very good. It is a card that demands to be dealt with. Because once you untap with it and you start casting things to follow up with it and make tokens, it's very, very strong. Now, that said, we are in a bit of a disadvantage here given that we mulliganed, but Deceiver Exarch is okay. Batterskull is reasonable if we get to 5 mana. We have a lot of powerful draws, and we are ahead on board first, although, yeah, Wasteland Our Cavern is not very good for us. However, drawing this was. Alright, so we get a beat down with the Pyromancer here. So one of the really nice things about this format is that if you build it in paper, it's legal to use collector's edition cards. And what... Ooh, there we go. Alright, so what that means is, you know, yes, obviously we're things like Wasteland or, you know, old cards, Plateau, Dual Lands, it can be very expensive. But if you get the collector's edition versions, way cheaper. That's the gold bordered versions. All right, let's go ahead and fetch here. I guess we just have to get a Plateau. Or Tundra, rather, blue-white. We need red, though, so it's got to be... We can't fetch Plateau with this. I guess I just get the Volcanic Island here. We'll just be without white mana for the moment. That said, if this deck Faden resolves, it's very, very good for us. Not necessarily convinced it will. You know what it's going to, because Impulse is good. Look at the top 4. He's going to need a Force of Will, though, if he wants to stop Dack Fayden. And Dack Fayden gets to set up our hand. We can discard, if we want to discard this. So these are certainly good cards we have. Okay, let's see. Yeah, we get to draw first. Let's go ahead and draw 2 and then discard 2. Yeah, those are pretty good. Well, you know what? If our first Planeswalker resolved, I would like to resolve the second one. We already played a land this turn. I'm going to get rid of the Batterskull and the Temple of Epiphany, I think. Pitching the land isn't great here. But the Batterskull is so far away, and it's a land, and we're going to draw 3 more cards next turn thanks to Dack Fayden. Now we're kind of thoroughly in the driver's seat here because Marshall has to deal with our Dack Fayden and or our Young Pyromancer, and we just get a Slam Jace. Yeah, we have a lot of different threats on the board here. Alright, let's go ahead and fetch here. Now, I have no reason not to just run this out there, I think. Get the Tundra, because we can't fetch a basic here no matter what we do. And see if we can slam the greatest of all time down. Last one resolved. Let's hope this one does as well. I mean, Marshall's seen some more cards. Wow, it did. Okay, that's pretty good. I would like to brainstorm. As you do. Alright, these are very, very good cards here. And I'm going to put back the Plateau and the Exarch here. I mean, I guess I want to go ahead and continue ticking this up. Our hand is very good, though. But I can discard the Plateau. And the Exarch, probably, to be honest. We have a different plan for winning this game. Just continue to sculpt our hand. And with Fact or Fiction, with what we have right now, we can basically just take the pile that gives us the most cards. And then use that to filter, even if they're not good, thanks to Jason Dack Fayden here. Bonfire of the Damned, huh? Bonfire of the Damned, miracle cost of, I guess, 1. Kill the Young Pyromancer. This was not the best Young Pyromancer I've ever seen, that's for sure. Didn't get to go off with it, but you know what? It was a threat, and allowed us to resolve some Planeswalkers, so... not going to be super easy for Marshall here to take these off the board. Now let's see here. Dack Fayden, we are getting close to this emblem. You get an emblem with whenever you cast a spell that targets one or more permanents, gain control of those permanents. Now, the thing with Dack Fayden is this emblem is not necessarily great, right? Most of our things that target, we're just going to take them anyways. But what it does do is it's just a 3-mana planeswalker, right? So that in itself is extremely powerful. Okay, so they get to... Okay, yeah. So thanks to the errata, this can now target our Jace, deal 1 damage, put our Jace down to 1, and not able to finish it off, though. Okay, let's see here. Let's go ahead and start with the Jace, I suppose. Whew, those are some good ones. Okay. Let's go ahead and put back the Condemn and the Dig Through Time here. Play the Sulphur Falls. Go for the other Jace, Friend's Prodigy here. Go for the Stoneforge. Yeah, this is everything we want to do right here. All right, so we get a Sword of Fire and Ice or a Sword of the Meek. We get the Sword of Fire and Ice here. Go ahead and plus this. You get to see 2 new ones. These are pretty good. I think we get rid of these. I think we just get rid of these 2. I think this is absolutely fine. We have Wasteland up here. We still have the 2 Planeswalkers. We have Dack Fayden Ultimate if we want it. But like I said, just having a 3-mana Planeswalker in Canadian Highlander is very powerful. Plus, people play a lot of, there's Mana Rocks sorting around, there's equipment going around. And when you just play Dack Fayden and steal someone's equipment immediately, or whatever it is they've played on turn 2, it's just very, very powerful. Now we're in a great spot. We get to untap, we get to play Jace, we get to see just so many cards, nothing but looting here. And if we want, we can go for the Sword of Fire and Ice equip. Finally digging our hand back to a reasonable amount of cards here. Alright, here we go. Alright, I'm going to throw back the Wall of Omens. That's definitely not going to matter in the Sacred Foundry. Let's go ahead and do this Dack Fayden, and again, just throw these away. It doesn't matter. Play a land. Now let's just go for the sword and see what happens here. I think it's worth a shot throwing it on our Stoneforge. Now I'm opening it up to a counterspell, obviously by just casting it instead of cheating it into play with Stoneforge, but I think it's fine. I want to attack with it this turn. I don't plan on attacking with Jace Friend's Prodigy, so we'd have to wait otherwise. And I'm fine with this. If Marshall wants to spend his mana dealing with this Sword of Fire and Ice in our main phase, that's fine. We just follow up by flipping Jace Friend's Prodigy into yet another Jace and playing Trinket Mage and going and getting, you know, whatever we want out of our deck at that point. All right, he's got something here. Let's see what it is. Oh, that's a good one. Okay, let's see what the modes are here. Looks like counter it unless we pay 3. Counter it unless we pay 3. And I don't know what the other one is. Okay. Mystic Confluence is very good. Let's go to activate our Jace, see if we draw a counter spell. Oh, how convenient. Alright, discard this Fact or Fiction. Alright, go for the Force here. Now, we haven't completely decimated our hand, but obviously the upside of landing this sword is just, you know, undeniable. And looks like we are going to get to do that. Three Planeswalkers in play, huh? Not bad, I would say. What do you think? You think protection from blue and red's pretty good against the blue-red Blood Moon deck? Alright, there you go. This will knock Marshall down to 9. It'll draw us a land. Now I have activated all of these Planeswalkers. Super Friends it is. Jeskai Super Friends combos. That's what I was saying. This deck is built to be a combo deck. We've seen a lot of combo pieces already. But hey, by the way, we also just get to play this control game where you just play Planeswalkers and take over that way. Alright, Marshall has given us a Wasteland target. I've just been happy using all my mana Wow, Snapcaster Mage here is a big time draw, too. Let's go ahead and start by brainstorming. Yeah, it's Kiki Jiki. Not bad. Alright, so... there are no counter spells in our graveyard except for the Force. I think I just go for the attack here. Well, you know what? Let's go ahead and draw 2 with Dack Fayden. Yeah. We can cycle these on out of here. I suppose I probably should have been doing these in the other order. Dack Fayden and then Jacing. But it's fine, because this is what we still get to draw off the Sword of Fire and Ice here. Marshall's still super under the gun. Alright, we'll just go ahead and plus this. You know what? I might... oh, okay, guess I'm not. Guess I'm using it. That's fine. We've used all of our Planeswalkers. Let's go ahead and play land here. We even have the Desolate Lighthouse to loot as well. Alright, whatever this is, I am responding to it by waste gifts, huh? Well, that's pretty good. I don't want him to be able to gifts. I think we just have to pull the trigger on the Snapcaster Force of Will here. Uh-oh. Well, he's got a counterspell. We got a game. Let's go ahead and take this Tech Edge away. Protect one of our lands later. Alright, fair enough. I guess a gift's going to happen here. We do have him down to 4. And, you know, we do have all these Planeswalkers in play, so it's going to have to be a pretty good Gifts Ungiven here. That said, for all I know, it's just going to combo us. This was our mold of 5, don't forget. Imagine how much better this game would have been if, when we've been doing all these lootings, we actually had cards we wanted to discard instead of needing every land drop and every spell. Yeah, this is a big Gifts Ungiven, that's for sure. That said, having the counterspell for our Snapcaster Mage here was pretty clutch. This is the last possible turn because the Stoneforge will kill him next turn. And by the way, Stoneforge does still have protection from his entire deck, so I think it's got to be some sort of combo to get us here. It's deep in the tank. That's good. That means that it's not just an auto get these combo pieces and you lose the game sort of Gifts Ungiven here. If you're trying to value gifts your way out of our board, it's going to have to be quite the valuable Gifts Ungiven. Which is certainly possible, of course. Yeah, this has been an interesting game. You know, there's so many cards we've discarded this game that I would love to have. Obviously, I would like to have even Mind Sensor in my hand right now, for instance. I would love to have the Fact or Fiction to have cast out at some point. And you know what? Maybe I should have played it differently. Maybe I should have... there's certainly other things I could have done. You know, I could have started this turn by minusing our Jace Friend's Prodigy to cast Fact or Fiction in our main phase. Just have access to a ton of cards. You know, that is a thing. I don't think it would have been good if against Ungiven plus Counterspell. Now, if anything, maybe I should have Wastelanded last turn, but, you know, our mana is pretty important too. And we were going to have to need it. We were going to need it this turn if we were going Snapcaster Force of Will. Because remember, the alternate cost on Force of Will, I believe, only works if it's in your hand. So, out of our graveyard, we actually would have to pay a full 5 mana for it. And given that it's the only counterspell we had access to with Snapcaster Mage, it makes sense. Alright, this though, okay. Now I choose which ones go in the graveyard. Fiery Confluence is good. It doesn't do anything about our Planeswalkers though. And it can't even target our Stoneforge for what it's worth. I mean, the Blood Moons don't necessarily matter either. Things I don't think either of these matter. Spending his mana his entire turn. I think I'm fine giving him either of these. Each opponent, that means it cannot be redirected to our Planeswalker. So I'm going to make sure I can cast my spells. We'll get rid of the Blood Moons. And just assume that, you know, 3 Planeswalkers will draw us out of the game after Marshall deals with our Stoneforge and our Sword of Feast and Famine, or Sword of Fire and Ice here. You know, I didn't expect that counterspell last turn. I guess you can make the argument I shouldn't have tapped the Desolate Loot House, as I could have looted away this Wrath of God that we probably aren't going to need. Alright, it is, of course, destroying that. Going for each opponent destroy target artifact. Yeah, that's just not going to be good enough. Did do 4 to us, though. Got to give him that. And we also have 3 damage on the battlefield, thanks to the Hasty Kiki Jiki. Let's go ahead and Serum Visions things to start here. There's Grindstone. I don't think we need the Finks. I keep the land here. Let's go ahead and Dack Fayden. Don't need the Condemn. Don't need the Wrath of God. Play the land. Now we have a fetch land to fetch away whatever we Jace Brainstorm into here. Ooh, that's pretty good. Okay, let's go ahead and put back the Grindstone and the Supreme Verdict here. Attack for 1. Very powerful, by the way. Attacking for 1 here. And slamming this Keranos. That should be good enough. Keranos is one of my favorite cards for what it's worth. Indestructible. As long as your devotion, blue and red, it's less than 7, it isn't a creature. Oh, it's going to get counterspelled. Oh, unless we pay 2? Unlucky. Oh, okay, fair enough. Alright, well, Marshall's putting up a good fight for all these Planeswalkers we have in play. That said, I mean, yeah, you know, he's had the right amount of counterspells and so on to keep in this game. Keranos is sweet, though. Reveal the first card you draw on each of your turns. Whenever you reveal a land card this way, you draw it. So you get to draw 2 that way. Whenever you reveal non-land, you get to bolt something. Alright, so let's go ahead and Dack Fayden ourselves. Oh, Tezzeret Grindstone. That is a win condition. I think I'm going to value those. Plus a Spellcaller for protection here. Also, this thing's going to ultimate sooner or later. Brainstorm again. Hey, Censor could be pretty good. Alright, so I think I just attack. We have a bunch of different things we're setting up for with this hand right now. Which makes sense, of course. I mean, we are in complete control of the game. Alright, so we can play the Grindstone here. Play the Grindstone, because Grindstone will combo with Painter's Servant to mill him out. Which I don't have enough mana to go for right now. But what I do have is Spellcaller plus Censor to get us to that next turn. Fact or Fiction, huh? I believe I can Spellcaller that. Yep, sure can. Gonna do it. Yeah, Spellcaller is a great addition to this deck. Look, we're gonna get it. We're gonna get the value over one. Oh no! Well, this is still fine. This will counter our Spellcaller, but we will still counter the Fact or Fiction itself here. I say overwhelming denial means we don't win the counterspell war, which means we don't have lethal, but we do still get rid of the Fact or Fiction. Now Marshall's down to not very many cards in the end. The Stoneforge is still ticking away here. We can also Tezzeret the Seeker next turn. Go get the piece with Grindstone. As a matter of fact, this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And Painter Servant is 2. So if we draw a land off of all of our infinite draws here, then we could play Tezzeret, minus it to go get Painter Servant, turn all the cards green or whatever, and then mill Marshall until he hits a green card, or if they share a color, repeat the process. So we'll mill his entire deck. So unless there's an Eldrazi hidden away in there, if we draw a land, we can go for the win, if that's what we want to do. In the meantime, Stoneforge is still beating down. Uh-oh, here comes a lot of mana. 6 mana. What's it going to be? Oh, the Tremors. Okay. Oh, okay. There goes our Grindstone. Fair enough. All right, there's the Brainstorm we knew we had. Let's go ahead and start with the deck fade in here. Those are pretty good. I think I'm just fine discarding these. Let's go with the Tezzeret right now. Fourth Planeswalker, because why not? Alright, let's go ahead for 2 here. Let's go get a... we have options, of course. Let's just get the Thopter Foundry. Alright, well, Jace... Put these 2 back. I think I just want to take this thing up still. Alright, let's go ahead and preordain here, I think. Draw the Seat of the Synod. Play it. Now, this is actually sweet value because we can use the seat. I'll make sure I've used all my Planeswalkers here. All 4 of them. Super Friends it up. Yeah, this is great for us because we have Remand up. Plus, we can use the Thopter Foundry to sacrifice the Seat of the Synod, as well as the Thopter Foundry itself, if we want, to just go for lethal. Which I think I might do. On the other hand, there's no reason, I think, to do anything but just get rid of this. There's no reason to throw away Thopter Foundry when we can just minus Tezzeret to go get Sword of the Meek. You know, we could go for the kill, but I don't think we're not in any position to need to do anything like that. Alright, let's start by brainstorming here. Throw back a couple lands we don't need. Play the Tech Edge. Get in there for 1 with this Thopter. This has been quite the game. It's been a very drawn-out affair here, but been pretty fun. Okay, well, Marshall's going for something pre-combat here. No, or not. JK. Alright, we'll attack with a Thopter. Make him respond. Alright, we knocked him down to 1. So I think that the first thing we want to do... We still don't have any great counterspells in our graveyard. I think I'm just going to minus the Tezzeret. Let's see if we can go get our Sword of the Meek here. Alright, that should take care of things, I think. I think we're probably finally in the clear here. Look at this, we're up to 12 counters on deck fade. This thing started on 3. Oh, we just drew a Lightning Bolt. Okay. Fair enough. I'll pretend to be a good player here and wait until Marshall taps out to go for this bolt. Alright, let's see what he wants to try to spend 4 mana on here in our end step. While we're showing Thopter Foundry Sword of the Meek. Alright, Cryptic Command. I'm going to... see if we have enough mana to do everything here. If I go for the Tech Edge on this, force him to crack it, he won't have blue mana. Oh, I can't do it anyways. That doesn't matter. It's dumb. Okay, let's go ahead and Lightning Bolt. Now we can remand into a counterspell. All right, we did it. What a game. I can't say I played perfectly, or it's probably a much better way to win. On the other hand, we mulled to 5 and we still got there, so I will take it. Also, it's been a minute since I played Canadian Highlander, I won't lie. For sure been a minute. All right, let's go to mulligan this one away. All right, I'm in for this. This is a land. That said, we already have several lands, and we need something to set up our hand. More than we just need more land. All right, there's a Thopter Foundry. That's pretty nice. That is one half of the combo. And Splinter Twin is one half of a combo. Plenty of combo pieces in our hand this game. Higher grade farmland, not bad either. You know, Marshall's showing a counterspell, but I think I'm fine just running this Thopter Foundry out there. It does, for what it's worth, take away our ability to Force of Will if that comes up, but just having this in play is very dangerous, because this is the important one. If Sword of the Meat gets countered, whatever, it goes to our graveyard. As soon as we find a different one to sacrifice, a different artifact to sacrifice, then we can get it back and start the chain anyways. Uh-oh. True Name's pretty good. Yeah, I do wish I had been able to Force of Will that. Alright, well, we know what we're looking for here. Let's try to go find it with this Preordain. Believe I just want ways to, well, you know what? Jace is not bad here. Jace is not bad because it can plus. It can actually slow True Name for a very long time. True Name is very, very good. It is a couple, I think it's a point on the point list. Yeah, it's rough. It was rough to not be able to Force a Will that one, but you can't know it's coming, obviously. But Jace next turn, unfortunately, I shouldn't have played my land. I should have played the Irrigated Farmland. Alright, here we go. There's an Impulse, alright. Yeah, nothing to do because I messed up. That's not ideal, but we can Impulse in the end step. We have something to pitch a Force of Will if, you know, something like Blood Moon comes down we absolutely have to deal with. Also, you know, again, we're sitting on combo pieces. So if we can just dig to the other half of these combos, we're also going to be set. All right, let's go for the Impulse. Okay. Fabricate will do it. Now, obviously, we have to be able to get all these cards off, but... I think I want to Steam Vents here. That or get the basic island. We need double red, so Steam Vents it is. Yeah, let's see if we can resolve Fabricate. And we have the Force pitching probably Snapcaster Mage. Alright, get the Sword of the Meek here. This is certainly a start. Now we're still on a clock, obviously, from the True Name, but we're starting to get to something that can theoretically deal with it. And when we get there, we're gonna have Force of Will backup even. Yeah, take 3 down to 10. True Name is such a good card in formats like this. I mean, also, you know, Legacy. It's like pretty powerful. Yeah, he's got 5 cards, plenty of mana. But we are going to go ahead and give it a shot here. See what we can do. Yeah, I guess we just force it. And hope. Force and hope. If not, we still have a plan after that. We can next turn we can Snapcaster Fabricate and go get the Seat of the Synod and then start the combo from there. Alright, we've been forced back. Well, we still have a path to victory here. Marshall's down to 2 cards. And if our Fabricate resolves, we'll be set. Now, I'm going to need to... I might as well just do it now. We just need a Lightning Helix to buy ourselves some time here. Also keeps us from getting double bolted out of the game or whatever at the end step. Alright, here we go. Gifts Ungiven is going to be pretty good here. He's going for the main phase gifts, but it did tap him out a little bit. I imagine he's just going to go grab 4 counter spells, which is not great for us. Yeah, this one's going to be close because if Snapcaster Fabricate resolves, we can actually we start the chain. Which is a nice little thing, and that's we knew that resolving the Thopter Foundry on turn 2 was going to be important. I mean, obviously we're paying for it with the true name Nemesis here, but this is a big Gifts Ungiven. If he's able to get 4 counter spells that we can't deal with, that's just very bad for us. Of course, we could also just draw an artifact, right? There's plenty of other artifacts in our deck. It's not like we, even if, you know, that we could just draw a Grindstone or whatever, right? We have Engineered Explosives on 0, Hangerback, etc. We have other options here. We don't have to Snapcaster Fabricate. Although that would certainly be easiest. Yep. The problem is I can't beat either of the Blood Moon effects. Yeah, I burned that Helix. Maybe I shouldn't have. I mean, we can't beat either of the Blood Moon effects, so we just have to pitch them. And that leaves them a mana drain, unfortunately. Alright, let's go for the Snapcaster. Yep, mana drain as expected. Okay, let's go for the Serum Visions here. Fingers crossed. Close. You know what? That's a Pestermite... Kiki, that's a Pestermite Splinter Twin. Is that going to be enough? I don't know if we have enough time. This takes us down to 6, and Lightning Bolts just get us. Yeah, if I'd held off on that... Well, you know, if I'd held off on the Lightning Mage... Lightning Helix, we might just be dead. Oh. That's pretty good. Okay. So we have Infinite Fairies next turn. And we wouldn't be dead, but we can't change his life total, so that's not great. So in that case... we just have to go for the Tezzeret here. Go for the 0. Get the Seat of the Synod. Alright, this gives us a blocker for the Platinum Empyrean, allowing us to go to 3, which is 4. And if this could work. It's certainly been a close game. We got to equip. Do we get a block? Oh my gosh, do I get a block? I get a block. Alright, Tezzeret even survives. Now, do we get to keep these cards? Okay, that's not going to stop us. That's pretty good, though. And if we had to sink all of our mana into it every turn. That Tezzeret for Seated Synod was clutch, though. Oh, Swords to Plowshares. Alright, we win next turn. If we don't die. And we could easily die. I could minus for something here. I can plus. Plusing doesn't do me any good. What would we be minusing for? We could go get a Grindstone. I think we're better off keeping it as a threat. Okay, well, we're going to pass a turn here. This has been a fascinating game of Magic, that's for sure. Unfortunately, Marshall does get to flip his Jace here. So first thing we want to do is just go for the Pestermite to tap down the Platinum Empyrean before he's able to... well, this isn't good for us. Now you might have found an answer here. Maybe, maybe not. Logic not x equals 3, huh? Okay, well, that's pretty good. I will not be paying 3 for that. Next thing we want to do is Swords to Platinum Empyrean. Yeah, there's a lot bad for us here. Problem is we could still die. At least it wants to ponder, huh? Yep, that's fine. This has been quite the game. He could get punished if... We'll see what he chooses to do with that. Chooses to shuffle. Okay, that's good. It's good for us. What is this, though? A Jace. All right. Well, we're not dead, though. Unless this last card's a Lightning Bolt, we're not dead. Yep. So he already played a land. And we'll give him the stupid Nimble Obstructionist is so good against us. Problem is Sosa's stupid Bonfire. Oh, and he has so much mana. Oh, this is all bad. Oh, I guess I should have used Tezzeret to go get a 1-drop. Nimble Obstructionist is so good. I think this is what I have to do, though. And he takes the Bonfire, obviously. I mean... But at least we can try to draw a counterspell to get out from that one. Alright. Block the Bedlam Reveler. Alright, we're going to lose our Tezzeret here. That's pretty good. I think. Maybe. The problem is just going in on the Sword of Meeks isn't good enough, I don't think. I mean, maybe it is. It's not very good against Jace, Architect of Thought, that's for sure. You know, I tap for Jace here. You know, I probably brainstorm, I guess, just to see more cards. I don't know if that's necessarily good. We are certainly running out of time, though, so let's just go ahead and go for the Thopter Foundry Sword of the Meek plan. I don't think we're going to win. I think we're too far behind here, but we will see. And we have a path to winning, which is the Splinter Twin. We need to find Deceiver Exarch. This has been a crazy match. This is why Canadian Highlander is so good. I mean, look at these games. That last game was competitive, even though Marshall had, you know, was fighting against 4 Planeswalkers at one point. And this game's been super competitive despite us dealing with True Name Nemesis since turn 3, right? Like, it's just, they're just sweet things going on. Cryptic Command is pretty good against us. I don't think it's good enough because we're going to gain a bunch of life, but it is good. I wish there was a way to say always yes to that. We're gonna run out of clock here. All right, here we go. 4 mana. Whole bunch of mana. Is it a bonfire? X equals 3. Sure thing. Yeah, we know what, we were so close in this game. Maybe we were going to get there. Yeah, I think maybe we were going to win. We're going to obviously get clocked here, but I think we were going to win. We take the Jace out, and now we get to just gain 5 life. It doesn't matter if we get Cryptic Commanded down. Thing in the Ice is pretty good. I should have set 40 minutes on the clock when I challenged Marshall. That's the trick. Sure, I mean, he wants to Cryptic this, but that doesn't matter. We just... Oh, it's non-token. Okay, yeah, it does matter then. Sure. This is going to leave us at 8 life. I guess... I mean, we get a block here, though. Well, let's see if this resolves, because this would basically determine whether or not we were going to win or not. Spell Snared, of course, which we knew about. Okay, so what we can do is nothing. Okay. Well, there you go. That was a match. I think that plays out a little differently if we don't have to worry about the clock, but that was a lot of fun. That was a really good, really good match. Now, you know, obviously I can go Electrolyze. I should have Electrolyzed at the end of the turn if we're not on the clock. We might draw a Counterspell, etc., etc. There's the Exarch, yeah. You know, that game could have played out a lot of different ways. Clock obviously was a bit of a factor, but that was a lot of fun. There you go, everyone. That's Canadian Highlander, and that was a crazy match, and that is why this format's so much fun. So much went on in those games. Despite each player doing incredibly powerful things, it seems like you wouldn't be able to overcome. We had some really close matches. Thanks for watching, everybody. Hello, everybody. Welcome back. This is Canadian Highlander. I'm Corbin Hostler, and this is our showdown against Marshall Sutcliffe of Channel Fireball, of the breakdown, MTG breakdown on YouTube, of WotC coverage, of limited resources, of everything. And here we are jamming one of our favorite formats, Canadian Highlander. 100 card decks, singleton. pretty enjoyable overall to play this. All right, let's go ahead and grab this Hallowed Fountain here. All right, well, we've got Mana Leak here and or Anticipate, depending on what we need to do. We have Pestermite. If we could just find a Splinter Twin, we could go for a quick combo kill here. Oh, the beatdown, though. The Veteran Explorer beatdown. Coiling Oracle, huh? Yeah, I suppose I'll let you have Coiling Oracle. We just hope it misses on the land. It got a moment's peace. The old fog, huh? Yeah, let's Anticipate. Show me Splinter Twin, deck. Oh, 3 lands. What do you know? Alright, well, at least this one has some value. For our wizards. It's a wizard too, right? No, it's a druid. Okay. There's a swords. I think I'm going to Pestermite his upkeep. Because we're not doing anything else with this turn. We may as well just take him off of slow. We may as well just slow him down a little bit here. This gives us something to race with. Because next turn we can go back to having Mana Leak up and so on. But we can at least race with the Pestermite. Mikokoro, huh? Okay. Karakas. That's a sweet one. Looks like we're going to need some blue mana at some point here. I mean, the race isn't necessarily great for us, but we have the swords if things go sideways. We have the Mana Leak. I have to think that we can top deck pretty decently here. Marshall just full on taking turns over there with his blue-green turbo land deck. Excuse me. All right, here we go. He's pulling the trigger on something, or just activating Mikokoro, one of the two. Corsair, huh? I will gladly Mana Leak that. That thing is quite a bit of value. One time no dispel, Flusterstorm. Alright, let's go ahead and fetch here. May as well get blue-white again. Give me the Tundra. Sword of the Meek, huh? I guess this is the situation we find ourselves in. I'm going to play Sword of the Meek. Excuse me. I'm going to equip Sword of the Meek to our Pestermite. Now we have a 3/3. Do we want to try to race? Or not? We kill him in 6 turns. He kills us in 7 turns. Sure, let's go for it. The old Sword of the Meek equip. Now we've drawn a lot of lands here, so that's that is what it is, but we do have to keep in mind, Marshall showed us Moment's Peace earlier. So maybe at some point I'll take the pedal, you know, my foot off the pedal here for the attacking, but we have Lightning Bolts and so on in our Dark Depths. Scavenging Ooze, huh? Yeah, just gonna snap off the Swords of Plowshares on this thing. Excuse me. He's eating our Anticipate. I will get rid of that thing while I can. Gosh, we've got to stop drawing lands, though. Alright. I guess we're playing defense. Problem is he still attacks because he wants Veteran Explorer to die. But I think we're just going to die. Like, honestly, we've drawn nothing but lands here. Oh, each player draws a card. What a bro. We drew a removal spell we really don't want. Alright, well, we can fetch at least. Okay, that's a start, I suppose. I think I just attacked Jace for 3. I'm not sure if it's worth using Council's Judgment or not. Maybe it is. I guess we're back onto the racing plan and just hope that he doesn't have anything. Because we get in for 3, and this Painter Servant is quite the blocker against what he has going on over there. I guess we'll turn everything white. Why not? Yeah, let's turn it all green. What's it matter? These cards are cooler when they're green-white. Alright, so we have a very powerful 1-3 blocker. This does do a lot for us, though. It means it just gave us a lot of outs just by drawing it, though, because now Grindstone becomes a win condition with Painter Servant in play, and we have a lot of ways to make that happen, right? We can draw Fabricate, we can draw Tezzeret, we can just draw the Grindstone, we can draw Trinket Mage. Like, it's just very, very good to have it in play. We can draw Sword of Fire and Ice. Well, I guess maybe I should have named him red or blue. It also doesn't matter, so we're just going to fly over. Something to keep in mind, though. From here on out. Can't say it's come up very often. We get clock him for 5 here, though. That's not bad at all. I think I may as well just do the damage to him. Yeah, I mean, I guess I'm learning some stuff. I can't say that I've ever used Painter Servant in any way but just a combo. I suppose it would have been better to turn stuff blue so we could force a will here. That said, it might not matter. He needs to have something that we care about, and he currently does not. I am sort of priced into pathing the Thragtusk here, but I could just take it too. There's probably no reason to, though. Next turn we get to untap with Force of Will up. Just to cast it. And he dies very soon. Excuse me. He may be thinking about countering this. I turned everything green because it looked cooler. It may have been better to turn everything blue for gameplay reasons. But look how cool this is. There's a little green tint to the card. I love it. Blue-green Pestermites. Alright. It might have been a mistake. But a fun one. That's what matters. Alright, our Path to Exile resolved, but he did think about it, which is interesting. Alright, I'll take a Grindstone off the top, please. Let's see if he has anything in the second main phase. Here we go. 2 mana. Regrowth on the Courser of Kruphix. Okay. Which he cannot cast, though. We draw Ponder. Okay, let's go ahead and attack first here. Hopefully this is just going to get there. Uh-oh. The Fog, huh? Am I going to force a Will of Fog? I'm not. Tempting, but I'm not going to do it. Oops. Can't Ponder in the attack step for what it's worth. Well, he can even flash back the Moments piece, so that is a thing. These are pretty good cards. The thing is, the Stoneforge doesn't really have anything to go get us. I think it might just be Jace. I think I'm just going to plus Jace here as well. I think, I mean, we definitely probably made a mistake with Painter Servant. Probably should have said blue. Then we could have minus Jace for cards, had to force a will up here. But this just presents another problem for him to deal with, right? Even if he, replays course here, starts trying to get some value. Jace can only take 2 damage this turn. In fact, we can block his entire team because of this Jace now. He has to both try to get ahead on board, and he's only got 3 green mana right now. And he needs to be able to flash back the moment's peace. In all likelihood. I mean, not necessarily, but he would certainly like to be able to, so that we don't get a hit off this Pestermite. If we do, and we get to hit him for 5 and the... Oh, no. Okay, that was pretty good. I mean, we still only take 2 because it's a delayed trigger. It still happens. I mean, he had to main phase Cyclonic Rift. That's not where you want to be. I guess I get to try again with Painter Servant at least. I don't think this is going to matter, so we might as well say Fairy since we have this Pestermite in hand. Yeah, no reason not to just slam Jace here, I think. Plus it again. Go for the Painter Servant. Name blue this time around. I want to play one of these. And maybe it doesn't matter. I do want... I mean, we're not... And Marshall knows what we have, so we're not getting any value out of not playing it. So I'm just going to play a Sword of the Meek here. Alright, so now the Force of Will is live. We can exile the Pestermite or the Sword of Fire and Ice, whichever one we need to. It also means Sword of Fire and Ice will give us protection from his team. So this is good. Let's see what he has. This has been a pretty good, interesting game for sure. It's a Corsair proof, so you can have that. Has to land on the top. It's good for him. The problem is that he can't do anything with the attack. The Jace Plusing is just shutting him down. And now we get to draw broken cards like this. This has been a pretty interesting game, that's for sure. Get the Batterskull. The blue Batterskull, of course. Plus Chase again. We could just be on this Jace plan here. Get it up to 8. You know, I could go in there on the... I could have gone for the Sword of Fire and Ice with Force of Will backup, but it wouldn't have been lethal. Meanwhile, I just want to counter this. I think I'm just going to go for the cast here. He's got 1 card in hand. Yeah. Alright, so he's got to draw his way out of this one. We have his board shut down with the Jace. I think we have lethal next turn. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. No, we have 6 damage. Okay. Is this activating Mikukoro? That's probably pretty good for us if that is what he's going for. Okay. We'll each draw a card. Thespian Stage on top. That's pretty good. That does with Dark Depths make it 20/20. So we need to keep that in mind and use our Fairy Rogue here. Okay. Oh, okay. Well, all right. Rip. That's pretty good. I don't believe it would have haste, though, so... This has been a good game. That Cyclonic Rift was very clutch, as you might expect Cyclonic Rift to be. I guess this would also... Is it legendary? This doesn't even matter. We can just beat it with Karakas. All right, well, have some options here. We could throw the Sword of Fire and Ice onto something. And I very much might do that. I mean, we do need to actually be able to kill him. The problem with this line is if he has some way... I guess... If I do this, and I spend 2... Oh, then I actually have the perfect amount of mana up. Okay, this is fine. This will work. Even better, I can just Stoneforge this. Oh, he's got the Moment's Peace in his graveyard, so that's a thing. This is hard. I think just continuing to plus Jace is correct. Because in 2 turns, Jace will win the game. I think maybe we just do nothing here, which means if I'm doing nothing, can I play Kitchen Finks? This allows us to still Karakas, Pestermite, and Stoneforge, and it adds to the board. Alright, I think we're doing this. I mean, we're playing defensive here. I think it's okay, though. We have an answer for the Dark Depths. The Jace is a turn away from being a problem. And that turn, we plan on being able to shoot it down with Sword of Fire and Ice anyways, so... We don't get to know what he got with Impulse, so that's a thing. Alright, and he knows he can't go for the Dark Depths play. He does have to worry about the Jace, which is just... Oh, gosh. Time Warp on top, though. This is at least until my next turn, right? Okay, well... We'll trigger on multiple of his turns, I suppose. Been a very interesting game. But this Ponder to Time Warp... He could start piecing some stuff together here, that's for sure. Oh gosh, yep, that's a lot of turns he's going to take. Yeah, this is not ideal. We might have lost our chance here. Time Warps are very, very good, and this is going to be an even bigger Time Warp. It's going to be like a Temporal Mastery here. Or Temporal Part the Water Veil with Awaken. Oh no. We are just going to die. We're just going to die to all these turns. Alright, it's tapped at least, so that's good for this turn. But he's looking at like 3 turns in a row here. I don't think we're going to be able to dig out from under this, to be honest. You know, time stop. Okay. I mean, the good news for us is that he doesn't have any extra draw steps with these turns. So, you know, without a dictate or something like that, it's not that bad for us. This is not great by any stretch of the imagination, but could be a lot worse. Still doesn't have any attacks here. Now, him time stopping in our upkeep is not ideal. Yeah, I'll just go with the free block here. We still have a Stoneforge activation. We still have a Karakas. Marshall gets just so many turns, though. Good thing we played that Kitchen Finks, actually, because we're needed to throw in front of this 6/6 for a few turns. And it's Miko Koro time. Maybe not. Okay. Yep, another turn after this. And it's coming at us with it, huh? Well, I will gladly block with the Kitchen Finks. No reason not to. Kitchen Finks does fortunately give us a lot of time to dig out from under this. You know, the double chump blocks are very good. And like I said, with just... What is this? 3 visits, huh? Okay, that doesn't matter. We may have actually worked our way through all these extra turns here. For what it's worth. I'll block. I think he's out of turns. Wow, that was a bunch of turns that, in the end, really didn't do that much. Now we get a Sword of Fire and Ice. That was something, that's for sure. Alright, let's see what we get here. Oh gosh, he's got an upkeep effect for us. Oh, it's the time stop. Yep, of course. Uh-huh. That time stop is actually incredibly good for him. You may exile an instant or sorcery. Oh, that'd be pretty good. I mean, it's not going to get to do it here, but... Alright. Well, the problem for us here is he gets to attack with the team. Because... Oh, gosh, and there's a Jace the Mind Sculptor on top. That's bad news. If he comes in with everything, there's no Jace trigger to minus his stuff down. I mean, we do get to bring in Batterskull, though. I think I can just take 6. I don't think there's any way I die. I mean, I'm not going to block. Guess we'll find out. Blocked for as long as I could earlier. Okay, that's fine. Being at 6 seems fine. Alright, as long as there's no Snapcaster or something here. If we could actually take a turn, that'd be good for us. It's a fairy rogue, not a wizard. Okay, well that was not exactly what we were hoping to draw. Well, I guess this is just where we suit it up and hope it works. Oh my gosh, this is stupid though. Because the Batterskull is blue, giving our creature protection from blue would make the Batterskull fall off. So I don't think we want to do that. I think we'll put it over here. I mean, I guess this can just attack anyways. Oh, it doesn't work at all. Oh my gosh. Wow, I'm dumb. It gives it protection from itself. Oh my gosh. What a disaster. What a disaster. Okay, things I didn't think about, that's for sure. What is that? I guess I played right with Painter's Servant earlier. All that said, Marshall has to find a way to deal with us for molting Jace next turn. Or it won't matter. So I think my goal here is to just not die. Alright, let's put the Sword of the Meek here. Just Painter Servant things, I guess. Okay, well, Marshall gets a Mikakoro too. We're gonna have to draw some. We're gonna have to dodge some stuff here. Ooh, Vendilion Click is good. No, give me your draw step. No. Oh, it still works because there's a trigger now. All right, we're good again. We're good again. We can Vendilion Click his hand. Ooh, that was a good Mikakoro for us. He has Remand. Yep, fair enough. And now because we wasted our mana, we die? Oh, this has been so dumb. Because we wasted our mana trying to equip a sword that can't be equipped, we can't re-Vendilion Click him. And he gets to play Jace and try to dig for an answer to our Jace. None of this might matter, or I might have just completely defeated myself with Painter Servant. I mean, hey, I'm not a Painter Servant expert. I can't say that I've ever played a game of Canadian Highlander where it just sits in play like this. It's almost always just in play in combo and game's over. This is just crazy, though. I guess I really did name the right color when I said blue earlier. All that said, that Brainstorm has to find him an answer to Jace or he's going to lose the game. And we know that the Search for Azcanta won't do it. So after all of that, we might still get there. That said, if he turns the corner here and kills Jace, things are going to get ugly really, really fast for us. Since we just essentially can't... Our Sword of Fire and Ice is just dead now. Okay, he's fetching. I don't know if that's good or bad for us. Mana Leak on top now. Four cards in hand. Garruk on top. I mean, yeah, he has to have an answer to Jace, and just attacking doesn't do it. Here we go. Let's find out. Basically, anything else does do it, though. I can't believe I lost myself this game. I mean, I can, but it's... Oh, man. Oh, no. Okay. That pretty much does it, I think. Yeah, because you're going to get a turn with Search for Azcanta. There's no way he's going to miss now. He should have never had that Jace. I should have been able to play the Vendilion Click after the Remand. This is just the most tilting thing. I mean, that said, the Garruk doesn't kill us. He's going to have to get there with the Jace and the Azcanta. This might do it, though. Maybe not. He'll have 4 creatures that can do damage, and I'll have 4 blockers. Well, that works. Yeah, this should never have happened. This is just dumb. Alright. Sometimes you play really badly. I guess we just weren't going to be able to do anything anyways. With all these extra turns he's managed to string together here. Yeah, we're dead. We're not going to get another turn. That was a learning lesson, as they say. Oh, man. His deck is sweet, but we shouldn't have lost that game. They should have never had that Jace to brainstorm into answers. Yeah, that was... Well, you live and you learn, and this hand's pretty good, so we get to try again. Beauty of Magic. Sometimes you play bad and you just absolutely do not get punished, and sometimes you do, and easier to learn the lessons when you do. Very complicated format for what it's worth, obviously. It's been a long time since I played Canadian Highlander. And definitely some of these situations that have come up are things that I've never encountered before, so it's just the way it goes, I would say. Ancestral Vision, huh? That's pretty good. I guess I'll just brainstorm here. I don't know what I'm looking for exactly. Well, this is pretty good, huh? So I'm going to get rid of the path since we have the swords. And I'll draw the treasure cruise. And in his upkeep, I will stop him. All right, this is decent for us. I mean, Grindstone plus Tezzeret is a way to win the game. Not to mention, and this is the point of my deck, right? This Pestermite, he also has to respect because we could just play Splinter Twin next turn as far as he knows. We do desperately need a land, though. Block? Kind of want to block. I kind of want to block. I won't lie. I kind of want to block. I'm going to block. You know what? We have a path to win the game, and it's Tezzeret and Grindstone, but we have to have lands to do it. Let's take the lands. He gets access to them immediately, but this is fine. As long as we don't just get completely comboed out here. And he's passing the turn. I get to play Grindstone. I get to pass with Cryptic Command open. Or Condescend. And then I get to play Tezzeret. I'll likely go for the Condescend here rather than the Cryptic Command, since I want to Cryptic Command the Ancestral Vision next turn, probably, maybe. Oh yeah, I mean, just obviously definitely pulling the trigger here on this full value Condescend. Not making it 2 and getting blown out by Elvish Spirit Guide or something. Resto Angel, huh? I don't think I want Resto Angel. Jace is an okay follow-up to Tezzeret, I think. Regrowth is Jace the Mind Sculptor, sure. Yeah, let's play Tezzeret. Alright, -2 for Painter Servant. Make him answer it. We'll try this again. Gonna go back to naming green, I think, guys. Alright, so he gets the Ancestral Vision this turn. Oh, it's not till next turn? Oh, sweet value. Oh, absolutely, that's fine. He has Jace in hand. He has to answer what we have on board or the game's over. Bouncing Painter Servant doesn't do it. Because I'll just replay it and activate Grindstone. So he has to brainstorm into an answer. We just have him dead here on like turn 4 or whatever it is. We'll see if he has it. He does not, it would seem. Unless, of course, we activate and he removes Painter Servant in response. And I don't have mana to deal with it if he does. Maybe I Tezzeret for 0 here. Just go get the Seat of Synod out of the deck, give us extra land. Which would really matter, of course, if we had Cryptic Command up, which we do not, unfortunately. I mean, that said, I gotta go for it, right? I'm not playing this card to not try to win with it. Oh, we did it. All right. 0 cards in your library. Pass the turn. That's why we play these cards. Punted it so hard in game 1, but it looks like we got there in game 2. Unless there's some sort of instant speed. Oh, you do get it. You get to play your Ancestral Vision in your upkeep, though. Would you like to draw 3 cards, Marshall? Oh, you want to lose. Okay. On to game 3. Live by the Painter Servant, die by the Painter Servant, mess up the Painter Servant. Yeah, sometimes you just get there. On to game 3 then. As this hand is a keeper. This, maybe. I mean, the thing is, this hand is just so different than... And this is why Canadian Highlander is great. This hand is just vastly, vastly different than any hand we've had so far tonight. This hand is just this sort of aggro value hand, right? And it has lands, and it's got cool stuff. It doesn't have counter spells, doesn't have combo pieces. I mean, it has Trinket Mage. Pretty good combo piece in itself. I mean, this is the kind of hand that, you know, it's going to be very dependent. If it's good against some of his draws, it's worse against others, right? If he just is full-on combo, take a million turns sort of thing, we're not going to do much about it. But if he's trying to grind out value with Jace and things like that, we can hopefully go wide with the Pyromancer. We just need to draw our own Preordain or something like that, right, to really set things up here. Unfortunately, Cavernous Souls off the top, not exactly doing that. At least we can name Human on turn 2 and not get remanded here. So that's a thing. Snapcaster's not bad either. Another Human for what it's worth. We as it turns out, we do need to find an instant or sorcery. I mean, that's very good there if he has... you know, I played that over the Hangerback because we're going to tap out next turn anyways. And, you know, maybe it's correct, maybe it's not. Overgrowth, huh? That's pretty good. And we're just on nothing but lands over here. Well, let's go ahead and play the Trinket Mage. See what we can get. I don't know what we want here, to be honest. You know, I could get EE and go for 3 to kill the Overgrowth. I mean, none of the rest of this is worth getting right now. The problem with the E for 3, of course, is that we can't do that inactivated or whatever until turn 5. At which point we might just be dead. I mean, at least we're beating down a little bit here. And Marshall's ramping. As you would expect him to do, of course. There's a lot of mana, and of course, well, okay, it makes the E on 3 better, but that Time Warp on top is going to be a problem. I don't think I have any choice but to just play. I mean, I could attack with the Trinket Mage. Electrolyze. Next turn, Explosives and pop it? I don't think that's worth it, though. I think I just want to play the Explosives on 3 and hope that we don't die. Next turn we can blow it up and play Electrolyze. So, and it's actually great value if we don't die. I think we're just going to die, though. Bring to Light is probably going to kill us. That was a very, very, very good card for him to have on top. Maybe not. He actually went for the Primeval Titan here instead of the Time Walk. Which, of course, makes sense. It's Primeval Titan. It means we... I mean, we might just die to it. Of course, that is fully a thing that could happen. Oh. Yeah, that's pretty good. Huh. Yeah, this deck's sweet. Probably shouldn't have punted game 1 since it doesn't look like we're going to win this one. We've also drawn a lot of lands here. Alright, let's blow this up. We get the Courser and we get the I mean, that was good. There's certainly nothing wrong with what we just did. I don't really know that we have a plan to beat the Thespian save Dark Depths, though. Because we electrolyze the Nissa, I assume he plays here. That Engineering Explosive was sweet value, but I don't think it's better than Primeval Titan. Primeval Titan is pretty good. Alright, it comes in and there's nothing we can do. No point chump blocking, it has trample. Let's see if he has any more value lands. He gave Miko Kora, we've seen that one. Is there, like, Wasteland Strip Mine in there? That would be pretty sick. Primeval Titan's sweet. I like that Marshall's pushing the boundaries here in Canadian Highlander. So often a lot of us, you know, longtime Magic players, whatever, we just want to get control decks, right? Combo decks, whatever, kind of like I am. He's got a pretty fundamentally different concept over there with this taking turns brew. Getting the Treetop Village. Never a good sign for me, right? On the receiving end of the Primeval Titan, when the Treetop Village is what they decide they need. Alright, well, let's electrolyze. Also the fact that he didn't even feel the need to play the to play out the Nissa, that's not a good sign for us either. Resto Angel, huh? It's swords or path or bust. Well, that's a chump blocker, I guess. One short of having... Well, Mind Sensor is actually pretty nice if he does go for the Dark Depths play. We get a Mind Sensor to chump block it, but also mess up the Titan. I may as well do it now. Hope that it works. If there's a counterspell for it, the game's just over, obviously. But Mind Sensor messing up the Primeval Titan search and then chump blocking the Dark Depths token, that's probably about as close as we're going to get here. I still don't know what we're going to do because we still have to draw Swords or Path, or Karakas, I guess, for the Merit Lage, and then we still have to find a way to kill Primeval Titan. But we did make him fail to find, so we got that going for us. Maybe should have played out Hangerback there. Hangerback would have been a lot better than Pyromancer in this game. Not that we had any way of knowing it on turn 2. Well, you also didn't do this at the end step. I don't think the token has haste. Yeah, I really wish I had played out the Hangerback now. We could have gone for some sort of block, maybe. Yep, looks like he's probably done this correctly over there. Yep, got a 2020 Flying Indestructible Merit Lage. Oh, and a Time Walk, huh? Well, that'll just do it. It didn't matter. We didn't have anything we could do anyways. Oh, that's actually not true. It doesn't have haste. So, I mean, we're taking 6. Yeah, I think we're dead here. See if he finds anything in the top 4. Found a land. Good enough. No choice but to take it here. It's actually the stupid Treetop Village that's gonna... I mean, I say it's a Treetop Village that's gonna get us. Obviously, we're gonna die to the Merit Lage and the Primeval Titan, but... Oh, he doesn't want the Treetop Village. Okay. Well, I get to go down to 1. Oh, I forgot to block! I misclicked through the block. It doesn't matter. As you can see, we were not going to get there. F2 through the block. Oh, look at that! We were so close, though. If we would just been able to hang on one more turn. But as you can see, we would have chump blocked the Merit Lage. Then we could have flashed in Resto Angel. But we still died at the trample from the Primeval Titan no matter what we do. We can put 3 toughness in front of it, and Primeval Titan gets us even if Merit Lage doesn't. Condemn a couple turns earlier, though. Imagine if we could have condemned the Primeval Titan. Either way, those were great games. Punted game 1 a little bit, but you know what? That's how you learn. Neither way, it was a lot of fun. Thanks for watching, everybody. I'm Corbin Hostler. Shout out to Marshall Sutcliffe for doing these videos. It was a lot of fun. Enjoy. Thanks for watching. See you next time. Hello, everybody, and welcome back. I'm Corbin Hostler, and this is Canadian Highlander. We are showing off. This is a showdown against Marshall Sutcliffe at Channel Fireball, of WotC coverage of limited resources, of MTG Breakdown on YouTube. Check him out. You know Marshall, he's awesome. And this format is awesome for what it's worth. This is Canadian Highlanders, 100 cards, singleton format. No commanders, no color restrictions. Only restriction on the deck build is, let's see here, by the way, figure out what I want to play here. I think I'm just going to lead off with this. Just lead off with the Marsh Flats, I guess. But the only restriction on the deck build is the point system. What that means is tutors, fast mana, absurdly powerful cards like, say, Time Vault or something. Those cards are pointed. And, for instance, Ancestral Recall is 7 points. Time Vault's like 6 points. Time Walk's a couple points. Soul Ring's like 3 points. That sort of stuff, right? Tutors, they are a lot of points. Your deck can play up to 10 points in it for each 100 cards. It's a 100 card format, but I guess you could play 200 cards if you wanted, at which point you get 20 points. Regardless, we're playing 100 card decks. You get 10 points in each one. Our deck has Ancestral Recall, 7 points. Stoneforge Mystic is a point. Dig Through Time's a point. Treasure Cruise is a point. That's 10. That's the deck. Now, squaring off against Marshall here, who is ramping like crazy, by the way. So I just want a Sacred Foundry. Grindstone. Not bad. Alright, well, I don't know exactly what's going on over there. Marshall's ramping like nobody's business. I mean, we could go get a Batterskull. It's not like that's bad. But I don't know what he's up to. Breeding Pool, Trop, Botanical Sanctum. That's pretty good. Well, if we'd been on the place, it would look a lot better, but we'll see what happens here. Depends how good the payoff is for his ramp cards, and flipping a land off of the top with Corsair Crufix there, pretty good start. He ramped very, very hard, that's for sure. Alright, now I just want to play a land. All of these will come to play untapped, I believe. Alright, we'll just go ahead and pass the turn. We get to put Batterskull in the instep. We get to Brainstorm after that. On our turn, we get to fetch. Alright, all kinds of mana production over there for Marshall. Wild Growth on top of the deck. Draws that. I mean, we have to hope that he draws all the mana ramp, and then we get to counter the few payoffs that I assume he has. That's what we're hoping for here. Unfortunately, we don't have any counter spells. So he's got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 mana available to him right here on turn 4. Wild Growth, sure. Only has 2 cards in hand, though, so the payoff might not be there. Alright, well, we get the Batterskull in, and we'll start trying to do our thing here. Alright, Incept Brainstorm. That's pretty good. Yeah, we make copies of Stoneforge Mystic. If that's what we're going to do, let's go ahead and get rid of these things. Well, maybe that's not what we're going to do. Regardless, it's an option available to us at some point, so I don't think we want the sword here. Alright, get on in there with the Batterskull. The thing is, we desperately... You know, maybe I should have just kept the sword and then put it in with Stoneforge now. I was thinking cards when maybe I should have been thinking tempo. I think that's possible. Yeah, maybe that would have been better. I mean, the problem is that, yeah, I don't know. The line I'm taking here, you know, hey, we can search it out later, so why would we, keep it in our hand now. And it's true that, my line kind of puts us up a card in the long run, but it may not be the card that matters. It may be in the tempo that matters. I'm hoping to just slam Dragon Lord Ojutai next turn and start trying to get some card selection that way. But we will see. Unfortunately, a lot of what... And Marshall's gone so over the top with his mana ramp here. A lot of what we're trying to do just involves him not just blowing us out because we haven't been able to find any sort of counter magic here. Alright, he's got plenty of lands going on over there. 3 cards in hand still. And we're just hoping they're bad because I count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, whatever. Infinite mana, essentially. He's got to find a payoff at some point, right? There's a Cryptic Command. I guess we just want this volcanic island here. And Misty Rainforest, not exactly what we were hoping for. Well, Cryptic Command is certainly very good. That is for sure. That said, if Dragon Lord Ojutai resolves, it becomes pretty annoying for him to deal with, and it did resolve. It's always got these lands on top to... Oh, Mystic Confluence. That's disgustingly good. Ah, we drew a counterspell. All right, now we're talking. I think I'm going to go ahead and play the Loot House here. Go for the attack. If he goes for the bounce here with the Cryptic Command, we get to try to fight back with Counterspell. And then we can Loot House and try to draw Force of Will, I suppose. Let's hope. This is big. If we get an Anticipate trigger off Ojutai here, that's a big game for us. Moment's Peace. Okay. Well, I guess our counterspell resolved, but we got fogged, so that happened. Fair enough. Guess we won't be dealing any damage this turn. And next turn, Marshall has Mystic Confluence. Okay, fair enough. Oh, Jace on top, too. Now we're talking. Alright. We at least get... So he's just got the Mystic Confluence. He's going to draw with it. He's just going to fire it off immediately. As he should. Alright, he wants to return that to our hand and draw 2. Fair enough. Bring to... Oh, no. Bring to Light? Uh-oh. That can't be good for us. So we got Jace and Bring to Light over there. That's all pretty scary. And he wants to play the Jace. Yep. And Brainstorm away. Yeah, he's getting an engine going now. You can put lands back on top with Jace and put him in play with Courser. Yeah, that counter... I mean, the Cryptic Command into Confluence was so good for him. Alright, let's go ahead and loot here, though, and see what we can do. I mean, we're still doing perfectly fine ourselves. Unfortunately, Jace will very quickly run away with the game. Ah, well, I say that. Let's get our own Jace in here. Why not? Alright, let's get on in there. I suspect he just throws away Snapcaster Mage here. Yep. Alright, I'm just going to Wasteland the Tropical out of here. We want to... Obviously, he has a lot of mana, but I still think there's value in just slowing down the mana, given how many cards he has. On the other hand, maybe it would have been better to go Ojutai and Jace here. I don't know. Possibly. Alright, we'll get Ojutai down. Get the Grindstone down as well. Yeah, remember, we're still super live here. Bring the lights on top. All right. We have Primeval Titan. Oh, man. We at least still have the ability to just draw combo pieces, right? We have Kiki Jiki in hand. We have Grindstone in play. I mean, we have combo pieces that just win the game. Yeah, retrospect, getting that sword might have been good. What is this? I don't even know what this card is. Oh, Tim. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Oh, things are starting to look bad, fam. I mean, I guess if you were going to tell me he was going to cast an extra turn with Jace the Mind Sculptor out, at least it was just a Thragtusk. It does make, you know... It does make a little bit of, you know... it's good for us that we did take him off a little bit of mana. Minimizes what he can do here. And the fact he's tapping mana in his upkeep, because he knows the top cards aren't good to fetch here, gives him access to a lot of cards, but not necessarily a lot of mana this turn. And we might get to Dragonlord Ojutai Jace here. Oh. So Time Warp on top. What has he drawn, though? I guess we'll see. If he has another extra turn, we might just be dead. Might be legitimate. Taking turns S combo off over there. Yeah, if we get a turn to kill Jace, though, that's what we're going to need here. Man, I felt like we were doing so well in this game, but the Mystic Confluence was the real kicker. Bounce our 5 mana play, draw 2 cards. What was this? Temporal Trespass? Oh, we're actually just dead. I mean, I say that. Oh, there's a search for Azcanta? Oh, no. This is disgusting. We were doing so good in this game, too. So he has this turn, and there's going to be another turn after this, even. And now he has a search for Azcanta. He has Azcanta the Sunken Ruin transformed. I think we're just dead. I think we're going to actually just die here. This is nuts. Obviously, I Wasteland to take him off some mana, and we're going to get punished by Azcanta. I've got to put Azcanta in my deck. The card is so good. I don't know immediately what I'd cut, but I'd sure cut something. That card's broken. Yep, Time Warp away, buddy. Guess he doesn't have enough to activate Azcanta right away. Regrowth. Oh, no. What does this do? Untap Forests? Oh, make it stop. I mean, he's only got 1 forest, but make it stop. This isn't fair. As a matter of fact, he's probably just some sort of engine in here to be able to loop Regrowth and Time Warp and just win the game. Oh, he's bouncing the Germ. I guess that's good for us. Does that mean he doesn't have anything after this? I mean, he's got Time Warp in hand. So he gets to act. Oh my gosh. I mean, we could take plenty of hits, but this is disgusting. This is a sweet, sweet deck. Oh yeah, this Bring to Light. A 2-color Bring to Light. That's got to be good. Snapcaster? Time Walk. Oh, yep. That'll do it. Oh, there's so many turns. What's this doing at Ultimates? You get 1,000,000 things, and they become 4/4s with Trample. Oh, who knew? Huh. I bring on the attacks. I don't care. Doesn't bother me any. Actually, that hurt quite a bit. I think he has another turn after this. This is insane. Oh my gosh, he's just bouncing it all. Where does it end? Yeah, he has to turn after this. We're actually just dead. It was a legitimately just comboed off on us. Wow. We had to turn to Stoneforge Mystic. Although, if we're being honest, this was a very dice roll dependent sort of game here. If we go first, we get into hit with Ojutai. We get ahead of it all, etc., etc. Time stop? What? That's an instant that he will play in our upkeep. I guess we're just dead. That was absurd. We had lots of draws to not have that happen to us, but still, man, he got to do it. That was a sweet, sweet combo. Alright, so we have one land, but it scries, and then good cards, huh? I don't think I can keep one land, though. Yep, that's what happens here. Cool. Cool. Yep. Yeah, this one has Ancestral Recall, so what are you going to do? That is the one problem. You need this game really should have a free mulligan rule, because no matter what the odds are, the variance is just going to be higher when you play 100-card decks. So when you don't get a play, you really don't get a play. Unlucky. It's about the best 3-lander we could hope for, but it's too bad. The first game was so sweet. Everyone got to do stuff, and we just don't even get a play now. The rare non-game, unfortunately. What a troll. What a troll, Magic Online. There's like 2 of these in the deck. Come on. Oh, Marshall's being a bro. We're going to get to draw some extra cards here. Yeah, let's see what he does. Oh, time. This is just the value time walk here with the Dictated Kruphix. This is just the legitimate taking turns deck built for Canadian Highlander. I love it. This is awesome. I would have loved it a lot more if I'd got to play this game, but still pretty sweet to watch it do its thing. That's a lot of mana. 7. Temporal Mastery. Quite literally taking turns right here in Modern. We might not... I mean, I say we didn't really get to play this game, but having Remand would have been pretty nice here. I thought Marshall was going to be a bro and give us extra cards with Dictate. He just doesn't even want to let us play. Alright, well, that's pretty good. Yeah, the beatdown begins. Alright, give me some land, game. I see. Oh, that's unlucky. Yeah, I think we're pretty dead here. I would condemn the heck out of that land if I could. And just dead next turn. Which is this turn. Yeah, that's game. Well, that's the way it goes sometimes. You don't always get a play. Unfortunate in a format as sweet as this, when we have Ancestral in our hand, that we unfortunately had to mulligan down to 3. I mean, maybe I could have kept the 7 with the 1 land in it. I think that would have been pretty bad, though. And then after that, it's just unlucky to not get anywhere. But that's the way it goes. This was fun. It was really fun to watch this blue-green deck go off. Thanks for watching, everyone.